Morning everyone, another week. You can just see the projects that we've half left dried. Pics of a Reno. So can you believe we are 2 weeks in January done? I don't know whether it's just fast because I'm on annual leave or if it's just the fact that this year, because 2025 is going to be a good year. So we have been busy this weekend. We have done a lot. Not as much as we wanted to do, but I always feel like everybody sets out probably about like 10 tasks to do over the 2 days. Nobody, if they're big tasks like us, can do them. We were going to plan on planting our potted Christmas tree into the garden, but the ground was far too solid. Then when it's too cold, because obviously then the roots won't actually attach to the ground. So we thought, oh well, we can leave that for a next weekend task. So that's the plan for then. I'm on nights anyway. I finish Saturday morning. So basically, Liam will probably do something where I have a few hours in the morning, get some sleep, and then we'll have Saturday afternoon together. Ready to go back to work for a fresh year. I know everybody's fresh year started on the 1st of January, but for us, our fresh year starts basically from tomorrow when I go back to work. Deep cleaned the entire kitchen, and Liam ended up going into the garden and dealing with the barbecue that had blown away and then had ice on it. And yeah, I don't know. I don't deal with the barbecue, but Liam told me it was carnage, so he needed to deal with it then, which he did. So I cleaned the kitchen, and do you know what? It feels so much better. Granted, it then turned to dinner time and the kitchen's back to a typical mess. But I mean, I'm very, very sad about is that I actually was trying to change. I need to be careful because it's got glass. I was trying to change these, but the wax was too big and I was impatient. Liam did tell me to wait, but the glass smashed like they were that fragile. So I am a bit sad about that because they sit on my windowsill and they look gorgeous. The other one is fine, but his nanny gave me them. So it also feels like I've broken something that she gave to me to like be like, here, these are for your house. Keep them safe. They'll be really nice. I haven't told her yet, so I need to pluck up the courage because like telling any grandparent something that's gone wrong, I think it's worse than your parents. Ready for a fresh start to make absolute carnage and chaos. Again, back in the kitchen, back in the living room, actually finish the skirting, finish the coving. I mean, right now it looks, on this video, it looks alright, but actually the other half of the room, there's nothing. There's no coving, there's nothing, but that's to come, so that's okay. So yeah, but for now, let's have a look at the weekend and actually everything that we got up to. Good morning, Diggy. Are you a tired boy this morning? So, pretty chilled morning, really. Me and Diggy got up, had a bit of a sleep in. It's the one of few I have left before going back to work. And yeah, the dressing room is our favourite place to get the sun in the morning, as you can see on Diggy's face. So, I just laugh whenever I watch this video back because I didn't realise how often me and the dog actually debate about him getting off of the bed, why I change it. I mean, it is quite an exciting time for him. I think he loves the game of like me chasing him around. So aside from the chase me, the dog also likes to bring every single toy up. He's supposed to have one toy for bed that is non-squeaky because I am not getting into the argument with a Dachshund at 3 a.m. in the morning when he thinks that it's a fun time to play and squeak his ball. But I think we've just ended up getting quite lazy at taking his toys down because he does really have that many toys. So, and he hides them everywhere and anywhere, and you do not realise that he has brought them up. I feel like now is a good time for an appreciation post. Sometimes I wake up and feel overwhelmed by the task that needs to be done, but 6 months ago we weren't even able to clean or hoover our bedroom. It was definitely a harder task than expected, and as soon as we started to remove the wallpaper, plaster began falling off and revealed all the cracks and holes behind. With it being an unexpected issue, we wanted to try and keep costs to a minimum, so we did have to learn how to fill all the holes, but you know, it's not as simple as just using polyfiller. After weeks of sanding and filling, and I genuinely mean weeks, we were able to actually do the cosmetic side, opting for sort of grey neutrals with the green, as I've read somewhere that this is the most relaxing colour. Don't ask me where, because I do not know, but we were able to actually put all the soft furnishings and it actually feel like a bedroom. So yeah, it's so nice to come home after a difficult day and snuggle up in bed with the dog and Liam, obviously, let's not forget him, and enjoy our lovely bedroom. So for the rest of the day, I just binge watched Virgin River while Liam worked downstairs. Me and Diggs were having a great time, and then we ended up venturing out on the icy roads, going to see my grandparents who have bought themselves an iPhone. Yes, at their age, at 80, have decided to buy an iPhone. Why not? Hey. We then had friends round for tea, and Diggy was so insistent on showing them how good he is at dealing in his teddies. So this is it. His bear he got on Christmas, and it's about to lose a leg. So thanks, Diggs. And then Saturday, this is the only little bit we got, a snuggle in bed with the dog. And then we actually went out and had a date day. So I didn't actually take any pictures or anything because it was like a no phone policy, just to make sure that before work we'd had that quality time with each other. Down to a message on the message board. I mean, can't really ask for anyone better, but don't tell him I said that. However, we were back at it on Sunday morning. All go ahead, as you can see clearly by Liam and Diggy. But no, this was the time that we had that big deep clean. We made sure that the house was just tidy, ready for the restart of the week and the restart of my sort of 8-week cycle. We tried to keep on it, obviously, as you do, but things get away from you when you're doing shift work and you just don't realize how much time it takes. And obviously for Liam, it is really difficult for him to keep on top of everything and also do the DIY and also deal with the dog. So, as said earlier, I tackled the kitchen, giving it that really big deep clean, while Liam actually dealt with the barbecue incident outside. So, it may look like I'm doing it on my own, but I promise he's out of camera doing something much more probably important than actually me deep cleaning the kitchen. So, moving on from the kitchen, we then go upstairs. We're putting the remaining of the Christmas decks that we found in the house, as you do, the ones that I've forgotten about, and the party decks from Mum's birthday at the weekend. It's honestly a great addition. Having them stairs already there when we bought the house and the loft half boarded out has meant that we can utilise that space, especially during sort of the full rewire when the house was really, really messy and really dusty. And then I don't know about any other couple, but it must take us about half an hour to actually decide what we want to eat. And especially because I just cleaned the kitchen, I really did not want to make a huge mess. And then we sat down and we went through all the typical boring stuff, the boring adult stuff, the finances, and a meal plan, which is one of my favourite bits. Actually, Liam isn't really that bothered about it, but I love doing a meal plan and preparing for the week and seeing where we're at. So after dinner, we did have a bit of a break. His parents came round and we had a coffee and a catch up, which is always really nice. They help us with so much DIY. We don't actually get to see them very often when it's not actually coming to our house to help us do something or fix something. So here we are just painting the remaining of our homemade skirting that we've made for the kitchen, because skirting is really expensive. So we're just giving it another coat and letting it dry. Best thing we could do was come up with some cans of pop to hold them in place to let them dry. So yeah, thanks Farm Foods. I guess that 3 for 26 really came in handy. And whilst when Liam has to cook, he will cook. 9 times out of 10, he will do the DIY in the evening, and I will get all the food prepped. So I'm there making our tea while he's sticking on our skirting board on the architrave, which actually looks crazy. The difference that that can make is ridiculous. So if you're thinking about making your own, I definitely would recommend it. It's such a cheaper alternative and can look just as good. I then caught this really cute little video of Liam feeding Diggy, which he normally does anyway, but it was just a really cute interaction between them and the way that the dogs
looking, well, at me for approval, which is the funniest thing. But yeah, it's actually a really cute video.
Another day, another note. What have we got this morning? He's so cute. Yes, I'm talking about you. Yeah, get out of the shop. So after planning the meals yesterday, I then went to Aldi today just to get all the little bits that we needed and to make sure that we had the stuff in for my packed lunch, because there is nothing worse than working shift work, especially when you're on an ambulance and you are stuck and got nowhere to go and have not enough snacks. Queuing outside the hospital is hard enough without enough snacks. So it is so important that I have food, because I'm really not the nicest person. When I've not had anything, I get really hungry. So yeah, that's about it. So it's now Monday afternoon, not long left till I'm back at work. So yeah, just chilling for the rest of the evening, cook tea, early night, because I'm up at 4:15 in the morning.
Anyone ever tell you?
That feels horrendous to say. So yeah, I guess all I can say is cheers now. With my cute avocado mug. You can't tell. Obsessed with little avocados. And I guess we'll see what next week brings. So happy Monday, everyone.